Now, Gemma, I do know that a couple of months ago you had the experience of an Azamara cruise, didn't you?
I did. I was so lucky. It was absolutely incredible and quite a different cruise experience as well.
We're going to be talking about that because Gemma's been raving about this, and it's a cruise taking you over from Dubai to Istanbul. But this starts off with a flight to Dubai, and we're going to stay there in a gorgeous hand-picked five-star hotel for 2 nights.
Yes, we are. Not just any old hotel either. The Jumeirah Beach, which is a really amazing destination. While that's available, that is the hotel that we would put you in. So a great, lovely, luxurious start to this cruise in Dubai, which is becoming so popular now for a reason. It's because you can go and enjoy the beaches, but it's very glamorous. You've got all these things to do. But you've also got, I mean, look, you can go snowboarding if you want, or you could do a desert tour, which a friend of mine did recently and really, really enjoyed. And also just some of the buildings are seen to be believed. Obviously, you're in the Middle East here, and everything is bigger and better. So the malls are absolutely amazing, you know, but then also you venture outside and your net will be craning up at all these huge buildings. Very glamorous, and it's got one of the kind of the most expensive hotels in the world, which you probably wouldn't be able to stay at, the Burj Al Arab, but it's worth having a look.
Yeah, amazing, couldn't you? And do you know, I've not been to Dubai. It's on my wish list, but I don't want to sort of like book a holiday there for like, you know, a week or two and not know what it's quite going to be like. So just doing 2 nights there and then having this fabulous cruise to look forward to.
Yeah, absolutely.
Really,
so you can duck in, exactly, get a real taste of it, see everything you want to see, and then maybe one day go back if you want to. So now we go and embark the ship, and we're going to show you the ship in just a second. But first of all, we are going to sail to Muscat and tell you all about that. And the really nice thing is that within this cruise as well, you've got a couple of overnights, and you have got one of those in Muscat, in Oman. So again, you've had a bit of time to explore Dubai, and now you're going to get off the ship and explore this beautiful old, quite ancient place, as well as you'll see like the Grand Mosque there. You know, and a lot of that old architecture is really, really well preserved, and you must go and see it. The old part of the town is sort of hemmed in by those terracotta-coloured mountains that you can see there in the background. And you've got this amazing corniche, which is flanked by a 16th century hilltop fort, the royal palace there, the beaches. You know, so you've got modern Muscat as well, which sort of sprawls out behind the mountains, and you can go to the old part of the city and walk around and be really safe, go to the souk, the markets, and soak up the atmosphere. And then we are getting back onto the ship, and we thought we'd show you the ship at this point because you've actually got a really nice chunk of time at sea, haven't you? You have got several days at sea, and you know, sometimes my friends say, oh, you know, do you ever get bored on a ship? Never, ever. I get bored on land holidays. What is it to do? You've got the hotel, the pool, one restaurant, one bar. It can be very, very dull. Not on board a ship like this. So here's our wonderful Gemma giving you a little taste of what you'll be doing on those days at sea. Truly beautiful and unique, Azamara Club Cruises were formed in 2007, and with this cruise line, destination is everything. So you get longer in port, more overnights, and night touring as well, so you really get to explore all the destinations that you're going to, which makes for a very immersive, more inclusive holiday experience. So I'm not sure it gets much better than this. I've woken up nice and early and come down to the buffet to get my breakfast. Sat out here in the sunshine with a new exciting port to explore. So nice. But actually on Azamara, the food and dining in general is a standout feature. Whether you go for the buffet or whether you go to a speciality restaurant. They even do poolside al fresco parties as well. And all the food is fabulous. This is going to get me set up for a day of exploring. One of the lovely things about being on an Azamara ship is that it is more inclusive. So whenever you fancy some kind of a refreshment, you just don't have to worry about it. So you could go in the morning and get a coffee and a nice pastry at the Mosaics Cafe, or maybe come here in the afternoon and get a nice fruity non-alcoholic cocktail, which is what I've got. It's really good. And then, fancy some pre-show drinks? Well, go along to the Looking Glass, where the bartenders will show off their legendary mixology skills. One of the great things about being on board an Azamara ship is that after you've finished your delicious dinner, maybe it's too early to be heading back to your stateroom and you want something to do. Well, there is loads to do. You could go and listen to an informative lecture. You could pop into one of the boutiques and pick yourself up a little treat, go to an art auction, go for a dance, Or maybe come here to the casino and have a little flutter. So although you don't spend a huge amount of time in your stateroom when you're on a cruise, it is important that your stateroom is comfortable. And I can confirm that when sailing with Azamara, the beds are absolutely fabulous. I slept like a log last night. But not only that, you get nice little touches like fresh cut flowers and fruit delivered to your door every single day. So your stateroom really is a nice little haven to retreat to.
I'm
the memories.
So jealous.
I know, it was really wonderful. And so in the middle of this cruise, you've got the time on that lovely ship.
Wow, imagine. And also, we forgot to mention, you get an As Amazing evening included, don't you?
Absolutely, and I mentioned them there, and it is a great part of cruising with Azamara. So on this particular one, when you're in Muscat, and this is all included in the price, you will go for your As Amazing evening and you will travel back in time to like ancient Arabian customs. So they'll take you off the ship and then you'll have 1,001 nights. This is what the tale will be. And you'll be met by sheikhs and fire dancers and costume dancers. And then you'll be escorted to an outdoor amphitheatre. And you're going to have an amazing performance with all the belly dancers and acrobats and stuff and proper cuisine, food, all thrown in. And when I did it, it was like going to a celebrity wedding. It was the most amazing thing. I couldn't believe that it was kind of free and included.
And it is all included. Oh, by the way, your drinks all included. Gemma actually sent me a picture of the drinks menu, and it was incredible. So it is more inclusive with Azamara. Anyway, there's lots more to see because we're then cruising down the Suez Canal, aren't we?
Yeah, so you're cruising down the Suez Canal, which is a really interesting thing in itself. And then on day 16, you sail into Haifa, where you're in Israel now, and you've got an overnight on board, which is wonderful. So if you're here, then you really probably might want to do some excursions. And you know what? Planet Cruise have got some absolutely amazing ones up their sleeve. I'm talking like you can do a 9-hour one for about 70-something pounds and go to the most amazing places, you know, that you will have learnt about in school. So, for instance, you can go into Bethlehem and visit the birthplace of Jesus Christ. You can see a nativity church. You can go to the Mount of Olives for a panoramic view of the old city. I mean, this is just a small example. Visit the Wailing Wall. So lots to do. And really, really do book them through Planet Cruise because the prices are unreal.
I'm thinking this falls around about Easter time as well, doesn't it?
Exactly.
Yeah.
So it's a really interesting time to be in Israel, in this holy place, and go and visit all of these places you'll only ever have read about or heard about, and be there for yourself. So that's wonderful. Overnight on board, so plenty of time to fit in one of those. And then on day 18, we are sailing into Limassol in Cyprus, which is a really popular holiday resort because it is so full of beautiful beaches and that beautiful water. And then day 19, you're sailing into Kos on the turquoise coast. And then day 20, you're at sea on that ship.
That beautiful ship.
And day 21, then you sail into Istanbul, and you've got another overnight on board. And actually, Azamara do a lot of overnights as well, and that's why they call it really an immersive experience, so you really get to soak up the destinations that you're going to.
And believe me, cruising into Istanbul is the most incredible experience.
Yeah, you've got to go and see the Blue Mosque, look at it there, and of course, again, these sort of wonderful, bustling markets.
Oh yeah, they were fun.
Yeah, well, you've got to haggle, though. Never take the first price, you have to get into it a bit. Yeah, and that's the Istanbul skyline. You can see how stunning it is. And then on day 22, you're going to disembark, transfer to the airport, and we'll fly you home.
Well, here's a final reminder of this wonderful, wonderful ship, the Azamara Quest. Remember, this is more inclusive, so that's all of your fantastic drinks, that As Amazing evening. It has just come down in price, by the way, and for those who are thinking, oh, I'd love a balcony, because when you are away for this length of time, a balcony would be wonderful. We have got a special on the balcony tonight for $2,699. So amazing deals on that. Return flights are included, and they're based on London. As we always say, we can always find a flight, generally speaking, nearer to you, if that's more suitable. That As Amazing evening, as Gemma just discussed, is included. Your great overnights on board. And, oh, yeah, free gratuities and amazing drinks as well.
So when you've got all those days at sea, you're not stressed at all because you've got no tips. And, you know, if you go and have a cocktail, it just doesn't add up. It's all included.
Wow.